What's up, everybody? The Big Boss here, back with another YouTube video. This is it. We're down to the last episode of the first season, episode 10, season 1, and we're about to see what it all comes down to. We've watched Johnny, the protagonist of this story, and we watched him. He's gone on a path, on a journey to be better, to be a better person. And then we have his counterpart, Daniel, the antagonist of the story. And the most interesting thing about that is that this stems off from the Karate Kid, where Johnny was the antagonist and Daniel was the protagonist. So it's interesting to see these roles reversed. And as we watch them journey through life, as they take their path, as they come across paths which happen to meet with each other. So once again, it's Johnny versus Daniel, but we're seeing a different point of view this time. If you've been following this with me, you're probably rooting for Johnny. I know I am. It's interesting to see how all of his current issues in this show, or most of them at least, somehow revolve around Daniel and his family. And vice versa. Daniel's issues in this show revolve around Johnny and his family. So, I'm interested to see what happens. We're down to the last of it. We'll see how season 1 ends. It's interesting because even though it is the last episode of the season, personally, I haven't felt it. I haven't felt like enough time has passed. I don't feel like the story's developed enough for this to be the 10th episode or the last episode in the first season. So I'm really interested to see what happens. We watch Johnny and Daniel have a bonding moment, and it was abruptly interrupted. And that's where we left off. So we're going to see what happens to Daniel. We're going to see what happens to Johnny. We're going to see what happens with Miguel. We're going to see what happens with Miguel and Daniel's daughter, who might be dating. We're going to see what happens with Robbie. It's interesting to see. So watch this episode with me, you guys. I appreciate you all. As we get into this, if you like it, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell. Get notified every time I put up a new video. I appreciate you all. And I'll see you at the end of this episode. Okay, so it's already the tournament?
You're Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai! Yeah!
No. You're not wearing those.
From Reseda, returning to the tournament, we have...
Cobra Kai! Cobra Kai! Cobra Kai! Cobra Kai!
Now that's what I call an entrance. Unaffiliated from North Hills, we have Mr. Robbie King.
I didn't know he was fighting.
Neither did I.
All right.
I was not expecting that. I mean, as the show was progressing, I was expecting him to be at the tournament. But because I feel like the tournament came so quickly, that it came, like, I wasn't expecting it. Like, that was really awesome how they did that.
Ready? And fight! That's 2 points. King! Good job, Miss Robinson. Good job.
Man, that kid's aggressive. Oh my gosh, that was funny.
I cannot believe this actually works.
His talk was fine. Y'all see that? I wonder if they're gonna put it where it's Robbie and Miguel at the end. Like, as much as I would like to see that, I feel like it's a little bit too premature. And hopefully Miguel's a better fighter if that happens.
Miguel Diaz from Cobra Kai Karate. Hawk. Well, I guess it's just Hawk from Cobra Kai Karate. Robbie King, unaffiliated. And last, but certainly not least, last year's champion fighting out of Topanga Karate, Xander Stone!
Ready? And fight!
He's not focused.
Remember what you learned, Robbie! Fight! Stop!
That was a lucky point. It's gonna be your last.
Why? Leaving early to fix that stupid haircut?
Hey! Hey, come on! You're disqualified! Bullshit!
Are you okay?
Get the hell away from me! Hey, back on your side. What the hell are you thinking, man?
With that disqualification, King earns a trip to the finals. We'll see him back here after a short break.
So that means that Hawk would have beat him, right? I mean, oh, he's gonna do the Mr. Miyagi heat thing on him.
And shoulder's killing me. I don't think I can fight.
Remember that Miyagi-ness?
Medic!
Look, I'm sorry about what happened the other night.
You mean when you hit me?
It was an accident. I wasn't trying to hit you.
You shouldn't have been trying to hit anyone.
You have to strike first. You don't wait for the enemy to attack.
The enemy? Do you even hear yourself?
Watch what I do to Robbie in the finals.
Yeah, buddy, because that's what she's looking for. Come on, people.
It's a slight anterior dislocation, so I just popped it back into place, but you're gonna feel it for the next few weeks.
You don't need to fight.
I'm gonna have to face him sooner or later. Might as well be today.
This is it, folks. The final match to determine who will be victor and champion. Will it be Miguel Diaz from Cobra Kai Karate? Will it be Robbie King, undefeated? Daniel LaRusso's gonna coach? Daniel LaRusso is gonna coach! Robbie King will now be fighting for Miyagi-Do Karate with former champion Daniel LaRusso as his sensei.
What do you think you're doing?
Coaching my student. Somebody needs to be there for him.
You're gonna regret this when it's over.
Yeah, right. Like this will ever be over.
All right, Sensei, let's take your corners.
You know what to do. Trained all year for this.
Don't worry, Sensei. I won't let LaRusso or that kid go home a winner.
He still doesn't know that's Johnny's kid, right?
Out and fight! Fight! Fight!
You all right? Listen to me. Listen to me. Look at me. Just remember to breathe and focus. Find your balance.
Out of bounds! Fight! Ref, come on! It's one warning for unsportsmanlike contact.
No mercy.
Warning for illegal contact to the knee.
I found his weakness, Sensei. It's his shoulder.
Look, I know we want to win, but it's got to be the right way. We don't have to fight dirty.
Dirty? There's nothing dirty about winning, Sensei. No mercy.
Whoever wins the next point will be our new champion.
It's 2-2, next point wins.
Let me present the trophy to this year's new champion, Miguel Diaz, and the Cobra Kai Dojo!
Robbie.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, Dad. It's okay.
You got what you wanted, Johnny. You won. Congratulations.
Have you seen Sam?
Oh, yeah. Pretty sure she left a while ago.
I wonder if this means she's gonna join. Is that what they're doing for the next season?
Second place. Came so close.
No matter what that trophy says, you're the real winner. You should be proud of yourself. Welcome to Miyagi-Do Karate.
Miguel?
Congratulations. You did what I always thought you could do. You won. Cobra Kai is back where it belongs. Back on top. Everyone closed the book on us. They thought we were done. The real story's only just begun.
Let's go. Oh, Johnny doesn't look too happy with that. Absolutely just wow. So, okay. Wow. I don't know, I just felt like that episode was too rushed. I felt like, yeah, which is really a shame because I really like the way they developed for Miguel to go from not being able to fight. They show him being able to fight. Cool, no problem. So Miguel can take care of 3 guys, 4 guys, whatever it was. Robbie couldn't beat the 2 guys that were trying to get into the dealership, but yet Robbie came close to winning the tournament. I'm not like there should have been, in my opinion, there should have been a bigger variance in his performance. It was too close. And it was good. And the only reason, well, not the only reason, but from the information we have, we can assume that one of the biggest factors for Robbie losing is because Cobra Kai cheated. They were unsportsmanlike and put Robbie in a position where he was going to lose. So if we take that away, could he have won? Maybe. Although when they did show it, Hawk would have won. Hawk would have beat Robbie. I mean, they showed that Hawk's skills were greater than Robbie's. Like, either that or he's just too full of himself. But his aggression made him look like he was a better fighter than Robbie. I would like to see a fight between, or some sparring or something between Miguel and Hawk. I'd like to see where they're at. And I think that's one of the biggest things, is that we're not really getting a true view of where their skill levels at for these fighters. And then they took out last year's champion, whose mom is all into it. So I'm assuming that kid's been practicing since he was, what, 8, 6, 5? So you're telling me this kid has been practicing anywhere from 5 to 10 years. Let's say 2 years at the least, if he was the previous year's champion. Let's say 2 years at the least. These guys with 1 or less years of experience managed to beat the previous year's champion. That doesn't make sense to me. So I understand for the sake of the story why they did what they did, but realistically, it doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked to have seen other students or other students, participants do better in the fight, or maybe Robbie and Miguel fight for second. Like, that would have made more sense. But to have them in a year or less be at the same level, or rather better, than people who have been doing this potentially longer, it just doesn't make sense. Anyways, that's my take on it. Um, it was nice to see Robbie, and it surprised me to see Robbie competing because I was not expecting that. I like that Daniel's wife was like, bro, support your student. You got him this far. Especially because Daniel's all about being the good guy in the sense of don't let the bad things hold you down, and teaching that to Robbie. The other thing too is Robbie's personality. So I don't like the at the speed at which they developed Robbie's personality and his fighting skill, because we don't see that. We don't see him getting continually better, and once he was getting better with his karate, we don't really see his attitude improving much because he's still like he just snuck Sam out of her house to go to a party. That's not really an improvement in the way you think. So to go from that to being able to forgive your dad in a sense that you were able to talk to him at the end. Now, earlier on in the episode, he said, "Get away." Like, nah, bro, this isn't for you. I'm not your son, type of thing. You know what I mean? So he goes from that at the end saying, "Not your fault, Dad," or whatever it was. So I didn't like the progression. I just felt like it was too unrealistic, considering the way the rest of the story's going. It didn't jive with the way the rest of the story has been written so far. So I wasn't a fan of that. But beyond that, it was an amazing episode. For the sake of entertainment and storytelling, it was a phenomenal episode. The way we go showing these two main characters being at this point where they're competing against each other. You know, they were competing, quote unquote, competing for Sam. And really the only one that's competing is Miguel. He's being poisoned by these ideas that you have to be first and you have to win. And I think Johnny realized that close to the end. And he tried to talk to Miguel, but he's been indoctrinating him with no mercy, strike first. And then he's trying to push a different narrative saying we got to do things right, which would have been okay if he would have been pitching that along to him through the show. But I don't think Johnny even knows what that is either. I think the only reason he was able to say that type of thing is because of his experience where he hurt Daniel. He was encouraged to hurt Daniel when they were competing for the championships. And he did hurt Daniel. And I think he recognized that, and that's why he told Miguel, you know, we don't gotta be like that. And one other thing is, I think if we look at Johnny and the way they portrayed him is he doesn't play dirty, but because he's honest. Being a tournament, I think he was like, there's rules, follow the rules, you know. Versus if you're out there in the world, some guy's trying to beat you up. Well, yeah, no mercy, bro. You hurt his arm, keep hurting that arm until he can't move. You know what I mean? But in a tournament style, there's some rules, and I think Johnny recognized that. But I think he's always recognized that because he does have that sense of being honest. So anyways, that was episode 10. That was the last episode of the season. It ended with Sam getting into karate. It ended with Kreese showing up, who previously Johnny said was dead. I can't wait to see where season 2 goes. So if you haven't seen season 2, put your predictions below in the comments. Let me know what you think is going to happen. Let me know where you think the show's going to go. Now, if you've already seen it, which I know I'm late to the party, but if you've already seen it, don't bother commenting, because I don't want to know. I don't want to know what's going to happen. I was blind to the show. I'll go through my feed on Facebook or the news or whatever on my phone, or while I'm on the computer. I see something for Cobra Kai. I skip it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything about the show. I want to experience it firsthand and be amazed by whatever's going to happen, because so far the show's been awesome. Now keep in mind, I think the show's a year or two old now, right? It's like 1 or 2 years old. I'm barely watching it for the first time. So I'm really, really happy. I finally got the opportunity to sit down and watch it. And I'm happy to be able to share this with you guys. If you guys like this video, please click that like. It helps me tremendously. Subscribe as well. Hit the notification bell. That way you see every time I release a new video. Appreciate you all. Thank you for watching this season with me. And I'll see you on the next one.